Oh my God, y'all won't believe the tea I'm about to spill. We finally know what really happened with Maia Campbell's heartbreaking downfall, and honey, it's all connected to Diddy. I mean, at this point, what isn't connected to him?
I was in the streets, just letting people use me.
How does that make you feel, Maia?
It feels shameful.
Why he do you like that?
He said he was Bill Cosby. Like,
He said he was Bill Cosby?
yeah, he said he was Bill Cosby. He was all like,
So raped you and he said he was Bill Cosby.
Let me tell you something that'll break your heart. After so many rehab attempts, Maia Campbell is finally opening up about how Hollywood totally destroyed her life. And trust me, this story is going to leave you shook. The tea is scalding hot because the feds apparently found some seriously disturbing evidence about how Diddy used Maia, and it is absolutely horrifying. You know how Hollywood works, right? It's like this toxic relationship that pulls you in with all this glitz and glamour, only to completely wreck your life. And poor Maia, she fell right into that trap. Back in the 90s, Maia was literally everything. She was slaying in shows like Poetic Justice, South Central, and Beverly Hills 90210. But when she landed that role in The House with LL Cool J, baby, that's when she became a superstar. But then, everything changed. Nobody knows exactly when she started using, but when she did, her life went into this devastating spiral. And let me tell you about Hollywood's dirty little secret. Substances are everywhere, especially for young stars. These wild Hollywood parties, they're like a playground of destruction. Maia, bless her heart, got caught up in all of it, and when you look at her photos from her prime compared to recent ones, I literally can't even. It's just heartbreaking. The pressure of fame starting in the industry at just 16. It was all too much. Things got even more complicated when she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in the late 90s. She married Elias Gutierrez in '98. Had her beautiful daughter Elizabeth in 2000, but then lost custody in 2001 because she chose substances over treatment. Her family tried everything to help her, but nothing seemed to work.
I want you to know that I do love you and that none of this is your fault and that you're the reason I'm trying to get better.
I just want you to get healthier so we can be together more and everything will be okay.
And what do you want her to know?
I want her to get herself together and to shape herself up.
Talk to her.
You don't have no right to rule over my life anymore. You don't have no right to stand in between me and an honest living. You don't have the right to stand in between me and my daughter and a good life.
Just when we thought things were getting better, 2015 hit like a tornado. She got arrested at a Waffle House in Georgia, and the details? Child. She allegedly went off, cursing at a family, accusing a child of stealing her wallet, and gave the arresting officer a piece of her mind. But wait, it gets worse. A video surfaced that broke everyone's hearts. Maia, desperately begging for money.
You want some powder and some pump my gas for me? You know what I'm saying? But basically, so you want some powder and some crack.
And in that same video, she dropped some serious allegations about Bill Cosby and Diddy.
You with a condom.
cause he like, I mean like
Whoa, watch out, girl.
that.
What the
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
he was unhuman.
That's crazy.
Wait, I mean,
Why he do you like that?
He said he was Bill Cosby. Like,
He said he was Bill Cosby?
yeah, he said he was Bill Cosby. He was all like,
With everything we now know about Bill Cosby's history, Maia's story hits different. LL Cool J tried to help. He made this heartfelt plea on Instagram trying to find her. But things just kept getting darker.
I got $1 more. Some kids, I got hair. I got $80 worth of hair. For anybody that's talented and wants to learn and wants to give and wants to be a gift, wants to stabilize, wants to keep out afloat.
The real truth about how bad things got came from this woman named London, and y'all, I am shaking. She revealed that Maia wasn't just begging for money, she was being exploited in the worst way possible. London would see Maia at this Texaco station, always asking for rides and money. She didn't even recognize Maia at first until Maia showed her old photos on her phone. Can you imagine? Maia begged London not to take pictures because she was high and just couldn't handle more embarrassing videos going viral. It breaks my heart. She told London how the industry completely destroyed her, how she lost sight of her worth and let herself be used by practically everyone in Hollywood and Atlanta. But here's where it gets wild. There are now reports that Diddy was allegedly one of the main people who used Maia and introduced her to substances. And the way he allegedly did it? Disgusting. Word on the street is that his whole MO was getting women to use substances after spiking their drinks and then allegedly taking advantage of them. And get this tea, the feds supposedly found evidence of Diddy using and exploiting Maia, and it's all coming out in the trial next May. But wait, it gets even crazier. Remember how LL was all about saving Maia? Well, apparently Diddy threatened him into backing off. One minute LL was swearing up and down he'd save Maia, then suddenly he tweets, "You can't help someone who doesn't want your help." Chile, the drama. Rumor has it Diddy was terrified Maia would expose his role in her downfall if she got better. As long as Maia kept using, Diddy allegedly felt safe. And don't even get me started on how Diddy's been exposed for silencing people to keep his secrets. No wonder LL Cool J wasn't exactly crying when Diddy got arrested. When asked about it, all he said was, "I feel for his children. The rest I can't speak on." That's what we've got a court system for. The shade.
That boy, they was like the Chicago Bulls or the Lakers in the early 80s, you know what I mean? It was a no-brainer.
Friction for a long time, but do you remember the moment you decided you needed to leave Bad Boy to move on to the next chapter?
It was probably after the argument with Diddy, when Styles threw the chair at Puff.
I think Jada actually said that he wants to drop a refrigerator on Puff or something like that. Yeah. He was so angry about the situation.
Yeah. I mean, but if you do common math, period, in the music business, just do simple math. Like, simple math will let you know that nobody's really getting paid what they're supposed to get paid.
Life like this ain't no joke. Like, we from when we came in the door,
it's worth killing. It's worth throwing it out the window.
When we came in the door, we ain't no greedy dude.
Now, let me tell you about another crazy story, the L3ak versus Diddy. Child, this tea is scalding. Everyone knows Diddy's reputation for messing with artists through Bad Boy Records. But the L3ak, they were the first ones to actually stand up to him and win. Signing with Bad Boy seemed like a dream come true. But behind all that glitter and gold, drama. The L3ak weren't about to let Diddy play them. And honey, they went all out. We're talking chair throwing, radio threats, the works.
Tell like, yo, shit, like, yo, I need y'all to come out here, man. Y'all shit is hot, and yada yada. I guess, you know, before we signed with Puff. Yeah, crazy shit. Yeah, we had some bidding.
Let me spill this piping hot tea about how the L3ak got caught up in Diddy's web. During all that East Coast, West Coast drama, you won't believe this, Suge Knight himself was trying to sign them to death row. He was so thirsty for them, he was calling Sheik's mama's house. Can you even? But then Miss Mary J. Blige enters the picture and changes everything.
It was June 1st.
One of the things that a lot of people don't realize before they get into the music business is the amount of money that you get from publishing.
Yeah.
You know, when you were like the only writer of a song,
yeah,
and let's say the song starts getting picked up in TV shows,
no doubt,
shows and movies, those publishing checks are crazy.
They come forever.
They come forever. You know?
Child, the moment they signed with Bad Boy, their lives turned into this crazy whirlwind. We're talking parties that would make the Great Gatsby blush. The L3ak were living their best life. Beautiful people everywhere, designer everything, money flowing like water. But honey, Diddy had to put his stamp on everything. The first thing he did, demanded they change their name. The Warlocks, too medieval for Mr. Fancy Pants.
On that same day, or we probably just signed last week, he was like, y'all the L3ak. Y'all figure it out, but no more Warlocks, y'all the L3ak. And then we made it living off experience. After he just left us there with the 4th floor face, he just changed our name and walked out the room.
Listen to this. Jadakiss spilled the tea about how starstruck they were by Diddy back then.
You reluctant to change the name, or you were like, all right, well, Diddy said to do it?
Yeah, at that time, he was like MJ in his prime, so it was like everything he said was golden. So we was young, hungry whippersnappers coming from Yonkers. We just, he knew a lot about marketing. So he said Warlocks wasn't marketable, L3ak was more marketable. I guess that's more marketable. We the L3ak.
I mean, they were so in awe of him that if Diddy had told them to bark like dogs, they would have asked, what breed? Next thing you know, they're everywhere. On DJ Clue mixtapes, Mariah Carey's Honey remix, even Biggie's Life After Death album. But here's where it gets juicy. Remember, It's All About the Benjamins? That track Jadakiss wrote for Diddy? Chile, they didn't even want to do it. Diddy basically twisted their arms.
That's what it was, like, right.
Their album, Money, Power, and Respect, drops in '98 and goes platinum. Everything looked perfect on the outside, but behind the scenes, drama, drama, drama. The Lox were tired of Diddy trying to make them all shiny and commercial. I mean, Rod Stewart on a hip-hop track? The audacity. They started this whole Let the Lox Go campaign. And baby, it wasn't just hashtags and tweets. We're talking full-on guerrilla warfare. At the 2000 Hot 97 Summer Jam with Diddy right there in the front row, the tension was thick.
Probably friction for a long time, but do you remember the moment?
Honey, let me tell you how this drama got even messier. Diddy was holding on to them like a toxic ex who won't let go. The Lox tried everything legal under the sun, but Diddy was being stubborn as a mule. They needed a label that got their hardcore style, not this glittery pop nonsense Bad Boy was pushing. That chair-throwing incident, legendary. And with all their fans backing them up, Diddy finally cracked. Styles P later admitted they were really angry and really stupid. But guess what? It worked. Chic Louch spilled the tea to the New York Daily News, saying they were watered down at Bad Boy with all that flossy nonsense when they were straight underground, straight ghetto. Once they broke free, baby, they found their home with DMX's Rough Riders. Talk about a glow-up. But don't think they forgot about those Bad Boy days. During their Rough Riders tour, they were throwing all the shade at Diddy's shiny suit era.
Here's the
DJ Cotton.
These are the
But wait, it gets even spicier. In 2005, on Angie Martinez's radio show, Chile, the tea was scalding. The Lox exposed how Diddy still owned half their publishing rights nearly a decade after they left. And get this, he charged them $3 million just to release them from their contract. The drama was so intense there was even talk about, well, you know,
nothing from me. Like, it's hard for
Then Diddy had the nerve to call into the show.
That is the whole campaign. Any of y'all expressing?
Jadakiss and the crew were ready to throw the whole kitchen at him, not just the sink.
You know what I'm saying? All that going What do you call it?
And honey, Styles P wasn't playing. He went all the way in about Diddy keeping 50% of their publishing.
Now you want people just don't want to know the truth, dog. We made one record with you. Money, Power, Respect. It's 10 years later, and you still got half of our publishing. Now there's no way you can make it justifiable that you deserve half of our publishing.
To my face, we just at the con. You ain't saying nothing.
What are we gonna do? Shave it to your face? Get sued? What do you want us to do? We can't touch. It's not. We can't be violent or none of that. We can't even have. You saying all this, dog?
But listen to this foolishness. Diddy tried to play the seasoned exec card. He had the audacity to say, don't feel sorry for people that are lazy, like, excuse me? He really sat there talking about read your contract and publishing 101 like he wasn't the one who took advantage of them. But the karma was coming. After years of staying quiet about the millions he made off their backs, the Locks wasn't having it anymore. And what happened next? Shocking.
Exactly what happens, but what he did, like, why people ask us, like, to this day, y'all really will go back to Bad Boy, y'all really do this? Like, he did some shit he didn't have to do as a businessman. That wasn't in the contract at all, like, you know what I'm saying? So, for us, at the end of the day, we had to tip our hat to him, like, and say, you know what I'm saying, that's some real shit, because he didn't have to do that. And then at the end of the day, what people don't know, the same contract that we flip publishing, we flip about, is the standard contract that most MCs and artists have. But us being from where we from, sometimes you just don't feel shit is right. If that shit could have been set in stone years ago, don't mean it's right today. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's about having the balls to say that shit ain't right and fuck that shit. I know it's supposed to be like that and it's like that for everybody else, but some ain't right about that shit, so fuck it.
Baby, Styles P went back to Angie Martinez and spilled even more tea. Diddy actually did right by them and gave back all their publishing. It was like finding a four-leaf clover in the music business. Years later, on Drink Champs in 2020, Jadakiss looked back at all the drama and had some thoughts.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, here's where it gets interesting. By 2010, the Locks and Diddy somehow managed to squash their beef. They were even talking about signing with Bad Boy again. I know, right? In 2015, they shocked everyone by joining the Bad Boy reunion tour. But wait, some fans aren't buying Diddy's change of heart. One said Diddy only gave back the publishing because he knew the Cassie lawsuit was coming. He was trying to play brother love to clean up his image before everything exploded. But Chile, we all saw how that worked out.
What was it worth 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and what's it worth now? What did he give you back? I'm telling you, he gave me mine back a long time ago. I was the first person he called and he said, Mark, I want you to be the first person that know this. I'm giving all my artists back their publishing, which is equivalent to giving back your girlfriend after he done poked her in the booty and raped her and did everything that he got all of the worth out. It's like a spider went in and sucked all of the insides out of it and then give it back.
Mark Curry came through with the real tea on Instagram.
Respectful. I told her, why don't you just keep it and pay me?
In 2023 was not Diddy's year. Cassie's lawsuit dropped like a bomb, and suddenly everybody was coming forward with stories. In a recent interview on the Stephen A. Smith Show, Jadakiss didn't hold back when asked about all this Diddy drama.
Prayer.
Looking back, the Lox's fight with Diddy is now legendary. Can you believe he really tried to turn them into some pop rap group wearing those tacky shiny suits? That's like putting the Wu-Tang Clan in tutus. It just ain't right. And here's the gag. Diddy could have been unstoppable if he just did right by his artists. But no, he had to play games. Now, with all these lawsuits piling up, publishing rights are the least of his worries. Everyone associated with him is praying they don't go down with his ship. The moral of the story? Sometimes you gotta throw a chair to get what's yours, because clearly, words don't work with some people. But what do y'all think? Was throwing furniture the answer to dealing with Diddy? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to watch our next video for even more spilled tea.